Welcome to the show. Here we are again with Creative Universe Checkpoint Earth. And today I present the Union News with the topic: What is the abundance you'll manifest? The real twin flame work happens on the inside, and then it will guaranteed manifest outside. In this series of lives, I share about what that means for my union consciousness process to inspire you to find yours. It serves as the source for your almost daily twin flame news. Today on the show, we have: what is the abundance you'll manifest? Because, that's what I promise. You go to your twin flame abundance. And I have used that term, twin flame abundance, a lot, and it sort of means that, there is the true twin flame energy that will just overflow to you. And when your cup is full, you flow it to the world. And it holds the promise to make come true your true twin flame union and your mission, because that is also very clearly when you two are together and you are filled up and your cup does overflow, then you share from what you have. And isn't that your mission, your purpose in the world? And you can structure that and you have your mission business. And then you get money in return flowing back to you, and everything will back you up, support you from behind, so to speak, that you need as support to do your union, to execute exactly that. This will all happen for you. And the first abundance is, of course, the fact that you are a twin flame in itself, and your twin flame will come stand next to you in that mission. That is an abundant gift of the universe itself, that you're not alone, that you were never alone, that you recognize that, and that the universe makes that come true for you as a fundamental given that cannot be made undone anymore. And it is here for you in harmonious twin flame union, the consciousness state. And it won't go away anymore when you maintain that consciousness state. That is all a very abundant given. Okay, that's sort of what twin flame abundance is, right? But we have this as topic today because it came to my awareness that people don't understand what it is, because they think something like, well, my cold naked money here on my bank account is 30,000 and I want it to be 3 million. So it's going to grow from 30,000 to 3 million tomorrow, right? That's what you said, Petra, because you talk about twin flame abundance and that it is your money too. Where is it now? Where is it now? Come on, come on, come on. Okay. So when you think that that is your twin flame abundance that I talked of, yes, it can be. And I'm completely with you to want that high of a number. Oh my gosh, you have my full support. But here's the thing. It is about you going to the consciousness state of harmonious twin flame union, do that together with your true twin flame, supported by God that backs you up there, and then deal with that flow of money in your bank account and have it dealt with as God pleases, with beautiful growth in the rhythm of your harmonious twin flame union, the consciousness state. That's where it happens. That's where it happens that you think you desire. Only there, not outside of it. Never. Because when you only think of it outside of it, well, you might have 300 million, but you'll lose it when you go to the harmonious union consciousness state. You see the difference? Well, you're not lose it guaranteed, but the only thing that is guaranteed is going to the consciousness state of harmonious twin flame union and deal with these kinds of things from inside of it, together with God. That's where the abundance lies, because that's where the peace lies. That's where the ease lies. That's where the sanity is. That's where the health is. That's where true wealth is because it is preserved in the full divine sanity of it all. That's really what you're desiring. So now I've given you already like the crux of the whole thing right up front in today's episode. So I hope that helped. And that was the episode. No, joking. We will still, continue the episode and see what more we can discuss about this topic because I think it's very important. Because this silly misunderstanding makes that you don't go to your full potential. And I don't want that for you. The full potential means it is fully connected to your true twin flame in the consciousness state of harmonious twin flame union. That's what the full potential is. And whatever form that has for you in that moment is the full abundance for you right now. And then from there on out, it starts to grow. And the grow is continual and doesn't stop. And there's no hiccups anymore, and you won't lose it as long as you maintain that consciousness state. Nobody can do that without the teacher. That's why I'm here. Well, that's what it is about. That's what this twin flame abundance is about. Okay. Okay, Petra, let's continue with the episode. Oh, it's not only about money, of course, it's about love too. But money seems more concrete, and the twin flame abundance seems to point to something more concrete. So I took the money as the example for you to make clear what I mean. But it's the same when we talk about your twin flame. There's only the true twin flame in harmonious union that makes sense. That is the abundance. There is no abundance in the false twin flame. There is none in your twin flame that is not with you in the consciousness state of harmonious twin flame union. However disappointing that may sound. Okay, enough, Petra. Let's continue and see what more we can say about this juicy topic. And let me then start to explain for a moment why we have the possibility to become a paid Patreon member on this and all live shows. You can listen to it and enjoy, and that is fine. But you want the content of these shows to spiritually work healing on your union. And to do that, you invest in the messages. That's how you support your union healing. Money unlocks it. So, having said that, perfect. Now let's step over to the next thing we always do in the shows, and that is go to the twin flame union consciousness wisdom of the day. And this is what I selected for you. Union is a gift of the ultimate universe and comes with mission as close second outpouring of divine energy. Can you accept it in? And I mean, that is the real question. Union is a gift of the ultimate universe. It is the core of where it came from and where it will go to. It is the meaning of it all. It comes with mission as a close second in the outpouring of divine energy and love and peace and abundance. Sure, union and mission belong together, but can you accept it? That is the question, people. Because, I mean, if I would be like a doctor, a twin flame doctor, that would, look at patients every day. And this is what I would need to say to my doctor's assistant. I would take my piece of paper and point at it and say to my doctor's assistant, listen, this is what we have today. We have 100% of patients that have one problem, and this is their illness. They can't accept it in. And my doctor's assistant would say, oh my gosh, Petra, we have another day of 100% of my patients that can't accept it in? Wow. This is a true pandemic. what to do. And we would have another 1 hour after work hours to have a conference together. How on earth we are going to fight this pandemic, which is actually a pretty accurate description of what I do behind the scenes. Just holding meetings about how to fight the pandemic of people coming to me for twin flame union, not accepting in the very thing they came to me for. Because, you know, that requires self love. And that's just a very delicate topic, very vulnerable, very profound, because it holds the topic of, do you accept yourself? Do you love yourself in the form, in my body, with my personality, my emotional, my mental, my physical state, and the inner me that is pure spirit only, and that needs acceptance, and that needs to be taken on and so deeply loved and accepted that I understand that that is me. And both, and at the same time, and more love poured into it, and more love poured into it, and more love poured into it. And that makes me able to accept my twin flame, and that makes me able to accept what comes with my twin flame. All the presents that come with my twin flame, such as the lessons that end my karma in all topics, in all relationships. The abundant flow of joy in my heart that starts to flow unceasingly. What are more presents inside union? Well, the sexual ecstasy, the possibility to have a family and to have children together, the potential for mission to be genuine in what you share, and to have that which you share be the genuine, full, divine potential for the people that you help. That is the abundance that is held within that too. And the abundance is that the support comes in to support me while I support you. What exactly is the form and recipe of the food that makes me feel supported when I help you? What exactly is the kind of clothing and vacation and leisure time that supports me when I can support you? What are the people that can support me best in my private life so that I can support you in my twin flame mission to make your union also come true? What is the alive amount of money that I can make move in the universe with my mission that helps me support myself and helps you move forward towards your true twin flame union and mission? The amount of money that we make move together in that. That is also the present of God inside twin flame union, within the understanding that we're talking about harmonious twin flame union, the consciousness state, of course. All beautiful, abundant presence that I receive, that one can receive, that anyone can receive, for how it exactly is attuned and given shape and feels like in your union, you see? Because it's like general, but it's also specific. It will be like your true twin flame, of course, of which there is only one in the entire universe. And he's in the version that he is only now. It's all very unique. And you get your specific karma cleared. You get your precise mission in the world that only you and your twin flame can execute. With your creative identity, that's a word that is within the mission education that I have within the school Twin Flame Abundance Now, the year course that opens up again real soon, by the way, on November 1st. Yeah, prepare yourself because you might just be days away from stepping into that group that will make come true your twin flame union and mission. And we're going to focus also specifically on that mission because you get a complete twin flame coaches education inside of it too this time. Your specific way to live that mission, that's what we're going to invite in for you so that we get to know it together. How precisely that is your thing, like your kind of love, your kind of way to pass something on, your self-invented specialty in how you can bring that best across, etc., etc. That is the abundance. And the point is, can you accept it? Can you accept it? And that's the whole point. That's the whole point. How many of us can truly accept that in? And the thing is, like, God gives all these things, literally all of them, for free in the universe now. You see, and that is just something that is like too big for many people. So you need help to allow yourself to receive that. And I needed that. You need that too. That's okay. It's just a given. It's just we're human people, right? But that is the real question. Can you accept it in? God already stands here. Divine Mother already is trying to give it to you. She's already standing here with that present in her hands with like the big bow on top of it and like the beautiful shiny paper. And she's like, I'm already here. I'm already here. I want to give it to you now. Please open yourself. Because otherwise you can't catch it. You won't. So that's a co-creation between you and Divine Mother. And that's really the art we need to get you into. Yeah, for sure. How to accept it in. How to accept it in. This is my course in how to accept it in. Well, that's what Twin Flame Abundance Now really is going to be for you. For sure, for sure. And it's going to be beautiful and you'll learn it. It's just an awesome way to go deeper, to allow yourself to learn how to allow yourself to go deeper. How to receive, I don't know. That was like double. Anyway, you need to learn how to receive what Twin Flame Abundance holds for you. Let's go to the next section, and that is ACIM, Lesson of the Day. A Course in Miracles has again a gift for us. See, this is also gifts all around. Lesson 295. The Holy Spirit looks through me today. Christ asks that he may use my eyes today and thus redeem the world. He asks this gift that he may offer peace of mind to me and take away all terror and all pain. And as they are removed from me, the dreams that seem to settle on the world are gone. Redemption must be won. As I am saved, the world is saved with me. For all of us must be redeemed together. Fear appears in many different forms, but love is one. My Father, Christ has asked a gift of me, and one I give that it be given me. Help me to use the eyes of Christ today, and thus allow the Holy Spirit's love to bless all things which I may look upon, that his forgiving love may rest on me. The Holy Spirit looks through me today. Lesson 295. And what a blessing that it speaks about the gift again. I mean, like Christ has asked a gift from of me, and one I give that it be given me. So Christ asks me a gift, and it is something that I give so that it be given me. And that is really like the ultimate solution for this whole problem. That's true. For this whole problem of can you receive the twin flame abundance, the twin flame union with the true twin flame? Can you receive the twin flame mission and the energy and love and money that belongs to it? My Father, Christ, has asked a gift of me, and one I give that it be given me. Help me to use the eyes of Christ today, and thus allow the Holy Spirit's love to bless all things which I may look upon, that his forgiving love may rest on me. So that was like the last part again, but there was also this earlier part that we read in the lesson today. You know, and it is about letting the Spirit look through my eyes on the world. So here's the thing. What A Course in Miracles of today says, I mean, apparently it fits so well again. It always fits perfectly. Like can you believe, it's always so magical. But anyway, so here's the thing. What it sort of says in how I hear it at this moment for you is you can hear your own thing, but how I hear it currently is like you need to change your perception. You need to change the way you see the world, anything, everything in the world, yourself. Your perception of the world needs to change. And then you see the gift. And without you changing that way of looking, you don't even see the gift. So it can't be given because you don't see it, because you don't want to see it, because you need to change your seeing, or let's say your interpretation. And that's like the typical approach of A Course in Miracles, the book that holds the Christ Masters underlying teaching of all the world's religions, that it is about the mind and how you perceive, and that a shift in it can change everything. So this is always this beautiful approach that sounds like this. You change how you see the world, and that defines if you can accept the gift or not. If you even see it. And how can you accept something in when you can't even see it? So that's a little bit what, in my idea for now, just this lesson sort of says to you. You need to be able to see, and isn't that exactly, how I started this video? How we started today in the episode, like, people think that it's like, I'm growing from 30,000 to 3,000,000. That's what you're saying, Petra, right? And I will be there tomorrow. I know it because Petra said it. And I have not said that at all. I have never said that. I say what ACIM says. I say change your freaking perception and see what is given you and then receive it. And experience it as connected to God, to your true twin flame, to your harmonious union consciousness state. And then from there on out, see how everything grows. And how peaceful that is, and how loving that is. And if that is for you, that is peace and love and twin flame concreteness and realness is going to grow from 30,000 to 3,000,000, more power to you. But this is the core of things. And if it grows from minus 300,000 to 0, then that is also incredibly abundant. Like, can you believe how much that is? And if you have in your heart that you feel so steady that you don't need growth, you just need consolidation in your specific individual case, then that's it. Then that's it. And we are going to find out what it will be for you. God knows how to specify that for every individual case. And that's the inner connection that will establish for you. You see, it's about the inner connection. This is also the place where you'll need to receive in the first place. It is an inner reception capacity that you are going to train yourself in. It's not even like the capacity to stand at your bank in a building in the city. Your capacity to stand there and fill in a form that says, I want to have 3,000 from my bank account. And your capacity to allow the bundles of paper money to be in your arms, and walk out of the building. That's not the capacity that we're going to train you in. If that's going to be the working out of your outer life for you at a certain point, more power to you, and you will be able to. I'm very sure. Maybe we need a card, to put the paper money in. Well, fine, good, perfect, no problem. I think you'll be able. When you're there, you will be able. It will be given you the power and the energy to do that. What we're going to work on is your inner capacity to have that at a certain moment as your outer reality to come out of you, relevant at some time. But we work at your inner capacity to receive. Well, thank you, ACIM. You'll always read the complete lesson and the links where I got it from and all the things that we talked about in such an episode. You'll find it all on my Patreon. And when you become a member there, you support your own union because you will get the spiritual, let's say, content, power, healing power of what we talked about in your union. And you'll also get, the other beautiful benefits of becoming a Patreon member, such as every month I have a special deal that is incredibly inexpensive. Yeah, and like something that I sell anyway, and then you can just get it for a lot less when you are a second tier Patreon member. Let's go to a segment from one of my book in the next piece of the show. And I just opened my book, and this is what came out as if it was an oracle. And there it was. This piece of the book, Manifesting Abundant, Your Abundant Life of Love. Twin Flames Manifesting Your Abundant Life of Love, of course. This part of that book is called Restoration of the Inner Order. And wow, I mean, it's a whole thing. I'll just read through it in a second, but I already here think this is awesome because didn't we just talk about that? As always, didn't we just talk about that? How we are restoring that inner order inside of you. And that's the work. The inner capacity to receive. Restoring of the inner order on the foundation of a school, July 26, 2019. That's when I wrote that in the airplane. Not kidding you. Who are you in the face of God? That is the question. Not who are you in the face of yourself. Who are you in your own perspective is different than how God sees you, but different in what way, you may ask. Does God see your imperfections or does he see you as perfect already? And why is who you think you are not who God thinks you are? Intriguing questions any student of life asks themselves because the questions around who and what you are the well known, timeless efforts to push through to the inside of the inside and know the secret of life. To answer the question to your divine identity, ego must not be listened to or trusted, for that would mean that you won't get lasting answers or truth, only temporary, emotionally colored answers. Your divine identity, in other words, how God sees you, becomes only clear in the context of inner peace. Inner peace starts in your heart, where you feel the state of your feelings and thus energy. You accept it for what it is. You turn it around. You feel the truth and let what is not truth go through the key exercise. And consciously love yourself right now, right there. To then come to an understanding that God loved you with your dissatisfaction, loved you right now through the key exercise, and loves you right now. When the dissatisfaction of the moment falls away, you recognize God was here with you all along. God waits until you stop listening to the loud voice and come home to the subtle voice that always accompanies you, loves you. When the ego falls away, there is a spaciousness, and in that spaciousness of your awareness, the Master appears. It is your own divine identity that comes forward and starts shining its light into the world. Being a subdued person is not a sign of being your true self, but shining your masterhood is. However, what is meant is different than self aggrandizing and arrogance. The true self is uncomplicated and has a soft, strong power that sparks love. It has a peaceful, joyful confidence to it that makes it feel like solid pieces form the ground to stand on. This gives a foundation to build one's ultimate life. And that is why we are here, to be who we are in the face of God, fully and unapologetically, to live a life of answered questions and fulfilled desires, a life of perfection under the guidance of God. Well, you know what? We're just going to leave that there. I think that's beautiful. And we are going to step to another. magical episode that we always have in the shows, and that is the Oracle guidance of the day. And I see one. Was it this one or this one I see? No, I feel this one. Okay. There we go. My own union and mission card deck. And we have 8 value. This is a very major card with a major meaning. And it is some sort of the egg that is on fire. And there are 2. And then in the distance, there's also this moon and a star and a little 3 as well. 8 value. Let's have a look in the booklet on my screen what the description of this card says. Married to essential value. Let's read the union meaning and the mission meaning that is here as well. You will be able to read that in Patreon. True value is effortless and surrounded by surrender. This kind of value has the tendency to grow automatically when there is a presence and an unattached vigilance. Feel your feelings while being present next to this space full of energetic value and let go what is no longer needed. You are in relationship with what is the best for you, and that is the best for your surroundings as well, your twin flame and your union world. Stay in a feeling presence and do not revert back to ego action. For this, it helps to stay away from places and people that stimulate you in that. And that are usually a lot, and there are usually a lot of them because the world is not that far developed yet as we may sometimes believe or hope. Do this without judgment. It is a perception that the world is full of this, not something to detain yourself into and throw away the key. You are lit because of essence, and that is everything that matters at this moment. Let your fire do its work until your idea, your start, your value becomes more and more visible, and stay close to its source. Growth will follow as a universal law, like the moon at night, and after the dark, the light returns. You are the star in your own universe, and to be able to get into deep relaxation in that notion sets free a space of that action. That sets free a space for action. Okay, when you are able to get into deep relaxation in that notion, right, of power is set free. That has a space for action. Now you follow the guidance for action with deeply relaxed focus. Step by step in an eternal spiral will be born what you uniquely share with the world. You are blessed with the inborn potential to become conscious of your inner value. Use it. Feel your body's details and your energy fields in which your body bathes. Now you become conscious of the source of where all this comes from. Who are you therein? This is what you pledge your oath of ultimate commitment to. And that helps for union and mission. 8 value. What a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful card to have married to essential value. And that's what you are, and that's your abundance. Being together with your abundance is actually a natural given, but we've just wandered off from being natural. That is the same as saying being together with your twin flame is a natural given. Maybe you could say a supernatural given. That's also fine. Depends a little bit on what you define as natural. Is it like the natural world, like the whole world? Your body also belongs to nature. Or is it like including the space that when you close your eyes, it's that inner space and you include that too? It's like natural. And like when you close your eyes and that inner space is there too, it's like supernatural. Doesn't really matter. The point is that it's natural or supernatural. It's just, it's a given. Your abundance is a given, and it is given. It's a gift. It's a gift from God. And it just is awaiting for you to unpack it. Your twin flame abundance is your presence, your energy, the presence of your union's energy, of your twin flame and your twin flame's energy. It's the presence of God and God's energy inside the bubble of your union where you and your twin flame reside inside. The abundance is the fact that God pours into your union place or bubble or egg or energy field where you and your twin flame reside inside, so that God can, through your very fitting vehicle of your union, as the child of God, that union space is the child of God. And you can provide God with an opening into the world so that God can pour through you in the world, so that God can use you for this profound mission to reach out to the world through your union. And because your union unit is the child of God itself, alive, vibrating here now, and nothing less, it is the definition of being the opening for God's hand to come through your union to go into the world so that God can heal other people and help other people. That is the definition of your mission, your reason of existing, your purpose. It is per definition your overflowing abundance. So that it's not only you that people see, or you and your twin flame that people see, or you, your body and your twin flame's body that people see, but it is through you that they see God. It is through you that they see Divine Mother, because you are the Divine Feminine, and through your twin flame that they see Divine Father, because he is the Divine Masculine. Or the other way around, if that's in your case, it doesn't really matter. But I know that more Divine Feminines watch my channel, which is okay and logic, because more females in cultures spend time looking at relationship content. But through you, we also speak to your partner. Through you, we speak to the core of your union. That union unit is actually like the person. In God's eyes, it is. And God wants to use your union for healing others, so that others may also heal their emotional, physical, mental space, so that others also come in harmonious twin flame union and be with their true twin flame and start their mission. And yes, you can still be your unique individual self in that, for sure. That's where you find who your unique individual self really is. That is built on rock solid ground and not on drijfzand. That's a nice Dutch word. That doesn't really matter, but oh, there it is, quicksand. Right, we learn something every day. Right. So, yeah, this whole journey is the revelation of what is the present for you, what is the gift for you, what God's want to give to you and through you to the world. And that's your abundance. The fact that you might accumulate the flows of money with that to buy a home in a better piece of the city, qualitatively better, that is just subjected to that first fact that is primary. And that is perfect, when that is for you. Well, we're going to buy a house that is in a better part of the city. Well, perfect. Nothing wrong with that. But the question is it connected to the union unit? Is it connected to your inner peace inside harmonious twin flame union, the consciousness state that you have, hold, and maintain? That's the true abundance, the true peace, the true love, the true energy, the energizer, the true wealth, the true abundance. That's what that is. Of course, it's that. Because I think you know already in life, you know already in life that how the world works, and that when you work a lot and you make a lot of money, you'll become overworked, and the company that you work for has kept on using you while you were half ill, and you couldn't take it anymore, and you feel so used. And so, like, this, you do have money and you can live in a house and give your family to eat, and you can even go on a holiday, but at what price? Because you're stressed. So the price of having enough, or even more than enough, in the world is stress. According to the world, they don't say that, they advertise it as a wonderful career, but you know that the price is stress. So it's like twin flame abundance, doesn't that promise like the same thing? Like, no, it promises that there is something that sustains you that is not stressful, but peaceful, but truly fundamentally peaceful and profoundly peaceful, in which you are together with your twin flame. And then something starts to flow that is also giving you enough of energy, physicality, supporting people and foods and flows of money, that is always enough for what God wants to move through you as your mission to the world. No matter what you want to do there, there's always enough for you to make that possible, because you stand in that flow with God, in the true flow with God, where there is your true twin flame standing next to you. That exact one, and only that one, where there is harmonious twin flame union that is maintained. And only in that flow you stand. And whatever is flowing there, that's what that is. That's what that is about. And it will sustain you and everything that is important to you without stress. Or like, maybe stress is like the wrong example, because stress is also like normal, like a normal part of life. Some things are sometimes a little bit stressful, and then you move through it. That's normal. Of course, we were talking about like a continual unhealthy stress, right? That's never what that is. But it will also never be with your false twin flame. And it will never be outside of harmonious twin flame union, the consciousness state. So the abundance that we talk about here is really like a gift from God. And the only point is, do you receive it? Are you open for it? And many people are not. And that's what you need to look into. That's what you need to look into. The whole point to make this work, to make this flow, to get on track is, are you willing to look into the fact that you're not open to receive it? And how much you are willing to look into how you're not open to receive it, to that amount you can make come true your abundance, your twin flame abundance. So you need to tear down the walls towards receiving the twin flame abundance. And you need to have a look, an honest look, confront yourself with how much you're not allowing yourself to receive before the receiving starts, from the as a natural result of having looked into how bad it is for you. And then it comes. And then the dam is broken and the water flows to you. But you need to break that dam voluntarily by researching how much you're not allowing it in, because God is standing there wanting to give you this gift of the true twin flame and harmonious union with the flow of resources, money, and everything that is good for you in your mission. And God stands there wanting to give it to you, wanting to give it to you, wanting to give it to you. And you need to break that dam. That's the work. And then we'll see, if that dam will be broken for just a tiny bit, and then it starts to flow in there for you. And then we'll see if that's for €3 worth, or like €30 worth, or like €3,000 worth, or €30,000 worth, €300,000 worth, €3 million worth, or €300 million worth. We'll see. Yeah, but it needs to be a genuinely looked into, yeah, situation of how much you're withholding your own receiving. You need to be genuine about that. And that's just something very different than like, oh yeah, I'm just, so much on this pink cloud, and you know, God will provide for me. Yeah, I will. For the amount that you allow yourself to be confronted with the fact that you don't allow it in. That specific flow that connects to your true twin flame in harmonious union with your true mission, that one. And what helps there is also understand that we unlock it through breaking that dam. And that requires you to become emptied out in the unconscious. So all kinds of like undesirable unconscious parts of you will flow to the top to then be released. And it won't look nice, it will look ugly. But that's normal, and that's healthy, and that's safe, and it will flow away. That's the inner work. And then it will feel more and more open and peaceful, and as if you're floating, but then in an actual sense. And then what needs to happen is you need to keep on doing your normal logic part of the deal. You need to build your mission business structures. You need to structure your day and your week and your year. You need to um, calculate what your spending is and what comes in every month and be detailed about that. You need to work on strategies, how you could see the future over a couple ways of how to deal with money and time that makes sense in your culture, for your talents, for whatever. You have to do your part of the deal too. You have to not resign from your humanness while all of this is happening and it's like super duper spiritual. At the end of the day, your human part is also taken in that full flow of everything, of course. But your human part is a normal, that's where you should go, a normal functioning active human being, and that is an adult. So they do work with structures and lists and plannings and thinking out different strategies. And they will become, of course, adjusted through the now moment of the flow coming in all the time. But you don't suddenly become a helpless, drifting on the flow person that doesn't know what time it is. That's not helpful either. You co-create with that flow that breaks through the dam while being a normal adult. All right. Twin flame abundance starts and ends with your true twin flame and the love. And that is the only way you can make sense of this entire thing of the energy, the dam, the breaking of it, the money flow, and being a human, an adult in it with your structures. The only way all of that makes sense is you need to get the true twin flame in actual union and not delude yourself. You need harmonious twin flame union, the consciousness state. And therefore, you start to do the twin flame inner work in the arms of a teacher so that it will all work out for you. I choose now to explore the most complete depths of my being. I surrender my mind completely to God that He may bring it into perfect harmony with His. I invite God now into my very core that He may make it right, returning it perfectly to its state of eternal wholeness. I trust in the power of divine love. I choose to see the truth that it is universally accepted by all. At the core of every child of God, including me, we're all one with our twin flames and God. It is safe for me to open completely to love now. My love. Love is not elusive unless you command it so. But don't worry, you could not choose against love itself because you are love itself, manifest as you eternally. If you command it to leave, love does not leave because it cannot possibly leave, but you leave love by the power of your command. And by that same power, you can command yourself to return to love, and it is so, revealing to you that love never left. It is safe to let go. It is safe to relax into love's eternal presence. Love is calling you home, and I'll be there waiting. I have always been here with you, and I always will be. Your next step. Don't forget to actually start the process and jump on the team. Actively come to our community and start doing the correct inner work. And ask the support you deserve through our services so that we can start a relationship that will lead you to harmonious union and beyond. When you're not in the relationship, you're not on the team, and you can't expect the results I'm speaking of, and in fact, guaranteeing. Currently, we are going towards the opening of the door once more to Twin Flame Year Group Course Twin Flame Abundance Now, a new version, especially for those that want to become union coach and stand in their abundance. I am looking for 6 people to step into this abundant opportunity, and the door opens on November the 1st, 2025. You can already have a look for the launch page with fun things to do on creativeuniverse.earth/abundance now launch. The show notes. You can, however, support this ongoing Twin Flame news as such. Make it possible as co creator. Without your participation and financial gifts, I cannot do anything because we need to have an energetic and verbal visual exchange for things to make sense and to know what I need to talk about for you. And also, we're on Earth, and that necessarily always works with money as a means to make sacred content actually spiritually flow and physically as well. Therefore, I post the show notes in Patreon. Come over and enjoy, have influence on the broadcasts, and don't miss out on the behind the scenes experience. Patreon.com/PEJ at Creative Universe. October's Patreon subscriber action is the Master's Reading wants to be taken up by you at this time. Very special service by the Christ Masters of this new Twin Flame times. I'll be able to grant you a piece of invaluable inner work advice for your union. Info is at creativeuniverse.earth/reading. Normal price is €88. Special October Patreon price for the second tiers is €44. Please let me personally know and I'll give you a pay link. I am Petra, in the consciousness state of harmonious twin flame union since March 2020, worked with the new Christ Masters on Earth right now to roll this consciousness state out so everyone can enjoy the abundant life with their true twin flame soon enough. After going in with me right here, don't search any further. You found what you were looking for. Om Amen.